Hello everybody, my name is Ben and I'm with Team Bangarang for Angular Attack 2016. Today I'm going to discuss MASH, an application for users to discover new interests and content through a random search process. Before we jump into the demo, I just want to discuss a little bit about some of the dependencies that we used in the form of JavaScript for this application. We noticed that when we first started developing the application, most of the dependencies were coming from a server somewhere. And since those dependencies had to be loaded every time our application loaded, it significantly slowed down the response time of the application. Now, to remedy this, we discovered that we could essentially take all of those dependencies, minimize them, and put them into a single JavaScript file, so that when the application loads, it loads really fast. The application works by taking a search criteria from a randomly selected word from a word list. It uses that criteria and sends it off to Google's custom search API and YouTube's data API to return either an image or a video of something that is related to the search criteria. Let's take a look at how our application works. When presented with the content, a user can either plus or minus the content. This is equivalent to either liking or disliking, or approving or disapproving of the application's content. Whenever a user decides they disapprove or don't like the content, at the bottom, their search criteria reflects the color of the box that they chose. If they like it, then the criteria remains green. Now, I won't bore you with all the content that we're looking at this app with this demo, but I can assure you, when you use this application, you will find some pretty funny stuff. Due to the visual nature of our application, we actually thought of a few different practical applications for it. If you take how visual some of the search criterias are, and how sometimes they accurately depict what is visualized, we thought possibly, eventually, we could maybe program a translation API to give us a literal translation of a word into another language, and thus helping us develop a language learning app of sorts. We also thought of this as a platform for companies to use in order to have users rate content, which is valuable because when companies know what content to provide, they get better at providing that content. Finally, I'd like to thank you very much for joining us today for this demo, and I hope that you enjoy our application. Thank you very much, and happy hacking!